Hello and welcome back to you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the most improved players in Smash Ultimate. But before we get into it, I have to say these are only people that have been PGR. So PGR Season 1 or 2 only, no PGR Season 3 or anything like that. Why is that, you might ask? Because 1, I don't know how good Zomba was before PGR Season 3. I have no idea. I never saw his gameplay before. I know he's improved a lot, obviously, because he went from unranked to super high rank, same with Spargo, same with Akala, all these players. But I have nothing to really compare it against, so it'd just be like, oh, here are all the good newcomers, which feels kind of lame, and I want to highlight people that have been like really good throughout Ultimate, but have gotten so much better. And I want to give a lot of honorable mentions. The first one is Goblin. Slow Goblin especially is crazy. Abadongo, he plays like 4 characters at such an amazing level, even though he was decently ranked before. Maybe a little controversial. Also, Ned, shouts to Ned. I didn't have him here, but he definitely deserves it as well. He's amazing. But Abadongo, his 4 characters are all crazy. Luis has become so consistent. He just hasn't hit that super high yet, but I know he will. Mutace, or I mean Mutace and Kurama. I thought the next one was Mutace, but Kurama. Well, I mean Ludwig run. Just look at the Ludwig run. There's 30 videos on it on the internet. That is insane. Even though he was good when he was Prodigy before, he was like 30ish or something. No, it was like low to mid 30s. First PGR, I think. But he was really good. I think that Ludwig stuff, if he can do it again, is such a huge improvement. And the Ludwig stuff, oh my god, he's just like, he doesn't get phased. He's so slow. And then Mutace, we love Mutace on the channel. We've made 30 videos about Mutace, it feels like, is so much more consistent now. He's the hardest. He's like the best anti-kill player in the world, which I value super heavily. And he was good before, like Season 1 area, before pre-nerf Peach, honestly. Nerfed him a decent amount, though he still did well at main stage. And then, I mean, his runs just recently have been so good. He's so consistent, getting a ton of good wins. Mutace can literally beat anyone in the world, and I think that is super scary to play against. Now, and then, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, these are the final 5 one to make sure. And the first one is going to be Glutonny. Now, for most of these, I'll look at results. We're not really going to look at the results for Glutonny because they've stayed mostly the same. The TLDR is they've gotten better in NA and worse in EU, but like a pretty significant amount better in NA. Well, not like crazy amount, and then like a little worse in EU, like basically not winning everything, but still mainly topping everything, which is like not terrible. He has a couple of bad tournaments here and there, but it's not the end of the world. My main thing with Glutonny is honestly how he does against Leo is such a tell. Because when you have a bracket demon, it's really hard to beat them. And when you start consistently beating your bracket demon, it's like, okay, that feels really good. That shows you've grown a lot as a player. When your bracket demon is MK Leo, and you start not destroying Leo, obviously, and they haven't played since like Ludwig, which is like, that was like a week ago. But it feels like Leo did level up, or at least was super trying at Ludwig, so maybe he wasn't against Glue. I don't know. I don't really care for all this kind of stuff. My thing is, Glutonny has clearly gotten over something, and then also his win at Pound. His Pound win, he's just like, he looks so strong. Like his movement is insane. Everything he does is with precision, even with nerfed Wario. His wafts, he's landing them all the time, and he's not relying on lofts like he used to. I feel like he used to really rely on waft, and now he barely does it all. He still uses it a ton, and it is his main way to win because he's playing Wario, but it doesn't feel like a crutch anymore, which I think is so important. It feels like before he needed waft, now he doesn't need waft at all. And obviously before he didn't actually need waft, it just felt like it in more scenarios. But now, even without waft, he still wins a ton of games. He's obviously amazing, even though he's on a bit of a low swing right now, and it's like not even that low because he did really well at Summit, he did decent at Ludwig's. It's like, well, he did really well at Ludwig's considering the caliber of it. Glutonny is an amazing player, and I think he's one of the most improved players before, even though he was like already top 10. That's how much he improved. I think this is unreal. Sorry, my audio cut there. The next one is going to be Proto. Proto is not only really improved because everyone is, he also picked up Min Min, which I cannot stress how important that is. His Min Min is unreal, and it's one of the reasons he was the best in Japan right now, or not right now, but was the best in Japan. He's top 10 in the world, probably. I think most people have him in there like as a gimme, honestly, because he's just unreal. He farms in North America now, even though he doesn't do as well in Japan. Like, he's always done well in NA. Maybe he's just more traveling. But I think the fact that he's like, he is the strongest co-main in the world, because there is counterpick mains like DeBuzz and Leo. We'll get to that later. But Proto is the strongest co-main in the world. I think by far, I think most people would agree as well. Like his Min Min Lucina combo is so good. It's one of the reasons he's improved so much. And I think the way that he plays the game is not objectively correct because there's so many ways you can play this game. You can just like always pick Sonic in camp and you should win almost every single time, or just like learn your Steve combos. But the way he does it is so efficient. He's so amazing. He is kind of far ahead on the meta than most people are in certain parts, even to an extent like other top 10 players. Like not a crazy amount, but I think like I cannot stress enough, so I'll stop stressing how important his co-main is. It has made him so much better. And then plus he got better as a player. Everyone here did. Now, the next two people are probably gimmies, and that is going to be, we'll start with Cola. Cola was kind of already on the come up, and it just feels like quarantine kind of like it pushed him back a little bit. It said, no, 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 just wait a year or two, and then you can become a top player. So he said, okay, fine, and then he became a super top player. And honestly, it's like Colo's glow up didn't even start. Well, it did start right when quarantine ended, because he started doing like really, really well at events. But he was still fairly inconsistent. I think Colo's glow ups happened around here. Let me check the exact time. I think it was CEO, the exact tournament when he won CEO. After that, something changed his DNA. Yeah, CEO. He gets first at CEO. Something happened between main stage and CEO. 100%. Wins CEO, second at Let's Make Big Moves, 7th at Glitch, 7th at Collision, 7th at Genesis, 5th at Low Tide, 9th at MomoCon, 5th at Gommel, 5th at Double Down, 7th at SmashCon, 25th at Let's Make Moves Miami. Finally, a bad placement. He also got 3rd at Summit. He did really well at the first Smash Summit. He got 7th there, or the first one. The 3rd Smash Summit, or Smash Ultimate Summit, God. And then Smash World Tour, he got 5th place as well. So maybe a Smash World Tour where he leveled up. Actually, let's check the Smash World Tour. No, it was CEO, because 5th in Smash World Tour is also really good. Like, Cola's level up there is so clear. He just became so much more consistent, so much scarier. He's so confident. He is so confident. It's just unreal. I don't know how he does it. Because playing Roy consistently at a top level feels really hard. I don't know how he doesn't, like, get super burnt out, especially against, like, the DLC, because it clearly makes him super mad. But he channels that anger so well, better than I've seen almost any player do it. And Cola has become unreal. I think he was going to become unreal, let's be clear. But with the quarantine as well, it just made him hone his skills so much more, and he has become an absolute demon today. Probably, I think he's like low top 10 in most people's minds, maybe around that 15 area. I don't know. Top 10s are hard to do now. Sorry for the random cut in. The Riddles audio just keeps screwing up. I don't know why Riddles is doing this to me personally, but we're going to have to move on because I just have too much respect for him because he's crazy at this game. He has improved so much. He went from being like a pretty good, he was PGR with Richter. Even though it was like 49th or 48th PGR, so he just barely squeaked it in there to be in contention for this video. But he was doing it with like Richter, and mainly, I think he was using Shotos towards the end there, Season 2. And then it got crazy. He picked up Terry, he picked up Kazuya, and it wasn't even like right at the start he was doing amazing. He did pretty well with Kazuya mainly at, I think it was Summit 3, and then he had a rough streak of tournaments. I think it was Fall Fest, Glitch Infinite, and here one more. Let me find that one more right now. It was SmashCon, Fall Fest, Glitch Infinite. It wasn't like even terrible placement, by the way. It was like 17th, 25th, which is like just for him not amazing. It was main stage as well, getting 25th at main stage, 33rd at SmashCon Fall Fest, and 49th at Glitch Infinite. Not bad at all. But then he had 4th at Collision, and that's where it gets crazy. 4th at Collision, 13th at Genesis, 4th at Pound, 7th at MomoCon, 4th at Battle of BC, 2nd at CEO, 3rd at Gommel, 25th at Double Down, 7th at SmashCon, 4th at Ultimate Wanted, 1st at Bakehouse, 4th at Mexican Moves Miami. I think he got 5th at Summit as well. And no, he was not. He wasn't at Lay Odyssey. And then I'm gonna check really quick if he was at Smash World Tour. And then while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna keep talking about him because he has had probably the most successful switch of mains. He got 13th at Smash World Tour, by the way. He has had probably the most successful switch of mains, maybe ever in this game, to be honest. Maybe like Leo from Joker to Byleth, but like going from number 1 to number 1 with a different character is like, yeah, it's successful, but not not to the same extent for sure. Like, this is just like, it is such an improvement. Not like he couldn't do these things he's doing before, but like if you won a major with Richter, he was God. The fact that he can like use the skills that he's always had to finally like with these broken characters. Like, admittedly, Kazuya and Terry are broken characters, especially Kazuya in tournament. Like, I'm not saying like it's just Riddles like with these magic hands. No one else could do it like he's doing it. I mean, no one really can. But Riddles is like, he is on another level than all the other FGC players, and I think that's like really important because there's a ton of FGC players. There's a ton of people to like train the matchup against, but Riddles is still somehow staying so far ahead. He is so improved. I think he's come so far. He's like, he went from like, again, 49th, 48th to like top like 5 or 6 in the world, like with just a couple character switches, which is like, again, not easy to do. Quarantine definitely helped him out with that. I will say he's probably the person that benefited the most from quarantine, arguably, like maybe him or Proto, just because like everyone benefited from like playing time, but then also like being able to pick up that new character is incredibly helpful. So yeah, I think Riddles has improved an incredible amount. I think the characters help him a ton as well. I think it'd be pretty foolish to not say that, but he's just like, he's become way more calm, especially as of late. Like, honestly, like after Big House especially, there was like another small level up there. He's just constantly making these small level level ups, and I could see him going only higher. So yeah, sorry for the cut in. Back to whatever I was saying. Moving on to the most improved player in the world, and I think this is, I could be over exaggerating a little bit. I actually probably am over exaggerating a little bit, but it is going to be Light. Light is pretty good at the game. Because Light was ranked 10th both times on the NAPGR. Season 1 and 2, and he was ranked, I think, 4th on the most recent one. Pretty good placements. Not telling at all of how much better he's become. Light went from someone that was like really good, really inconsistent. Light was a pretty inconsistent top 10 player. At least that's the one I remember. I guess let's take a look at the results. 5th at Let's Make Big Moves, pretty good. 3rd at Glitch, 5th at Genesis, 5th at Frostbite. Starts off incredibly strong. 4th at Collision's really good, even though it's a C tier. 3rd at Prime Saga, insane. 17th at Pound, pretty good. 13th at Momocon. Again, don't really know what happened here with the run, but I assume the placement's right. 9th at Smash Flash, also pretty good. 17th at CEO. It's not terrible. It's like we're starting to see that, like, that's why he was 10th. He's like, he has these high highs, but he's also getting a decent amount of 17th. And then we get to, like, I think it's around, I don't know, he had, like, a rough patch, but it might have just been him, honestly, not attending tournaments. But he has a 7th at, or 17th at low tier. Not terrible. Defend the North, he had a 5th, but also that was, like, Leon's breakout run, so it doesn't hurt. 7th at Evo, crazy. 7th at SmashCon, crazy. These are both super mega majors. He beat Dark Wizzy, Blazing Pasta, Zach Ray, Sinji Ven, like, all insane Grayson, only losing to Shootone and Meister. And then at Evo, the best of 3? That's not true. And then at Evo, oh, that's SmashCon. At Evo, he beat DeBuzz, Mars, Wadi, losing to Samsora, Proto. Like, insane wins. 25th at Shine. Pretty much his only bad major ever. No, he had one more. I think he had one more recently. We'll find it. But then 2nd at Glitch is really good. 4th at Main Stage is really good. 9th at Big House, or 13th at Big House, really good. Like, you can see, he was a top 10 player before. He had insane placements. 4th at Congo Saga. 9th at Let's Make Big Moves. 13th at Glitch and Missing No. These are all, like, really good placements. So I hear you. You're like, okay, how is he the most improved player in the world? And it's not even at the start here. 17th at Mega Smash Monday is pretty good. 5th at Konami Code, pretty good. 1st at SmashCon Fall Fest. Now, I don't know when the exact date of it. For me, whenever I saw, I think it was the Nairo Birthday Bash, when Light competed there, even though it's different setting, different tournament, it's still top players playing against top players in a serious setting, you could tell something was way different. Light was playing he was playing like a different player. He was hitting every single confirm. All of his combos were perfect. He was not getting nervous at all. He never struggles for kills. Like, everything, it's no Randy up smashes. He's not forcing the issue with Nair every single time. He is playing with his speed. He's playing with grabs. He's forcing you to make mistakes. His pressure in the corner with back airs is unreal. He has setups with forward smash. Everything he does is with purpose, and most players, top players, it is. But everything he does is with, like, super purpose, which is, like, not a smart thing to say when you're trying to sound analytical. But you get the point. Every single decision he makes has so much meaning behind it. Everything is almost a good decision. He very rarely overextends, which is so important. And with a character like Fox, it is way more important. Because Fox is like one of those characters where you can just, like, you get so, like, wrapped up in the speed, going fast, hitting all these sick combos, that you're like, okay, I'm going to force issue here. I'm going to spam it back here. I'm going to go for this quick up smash read, because it's, like, kind of quick. And then you get hit for it, and then you get hit off stage, and you die. Light just kind of, like, washed that out of his system, it feels like. He has become stone cold, and it's won him, or led him to winning, I think, 3 majors. Won Glitch Regen, Momocon, and he has won SmashCon Fall Fetch, which is probably his most impressive win. That or Momocon, I'd say. And then I think the only thing that is, like, maybe you could argue is, like, he hasn't been doing as good against Leo. But they've only also played twice, where it was 1-3 both sets. And then he has a little bit of I see it like a very small demon against Gluto, but it's like the games are, like, super close every single time, and he also won the last time they played, so I'm actually wrong. It's not even a demon. Like, Light, you could disagree with me. You could think it's Riddles or Cola, and I can honestly see it. Maybe you can even see it now. I just think, like, the amount of gameplay, not even from Light, again, it's not even, like, a quarantine thing to post-quarantine thing. It's, like, the start of this, like, season to the end of this season, the improvement it's crazy. It is the most insane improvement I've ever seen. It is so drastic. It is so evident. And sorry for the ad. Right at the end, as we're wrapping it up, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If there's any PGR players that you think I should have mentioned on this that are, like, super improved, then, like, absolutely go for it. Because, like, every single one of these players has improved a ton. Like, Ken has improved a lot. Shootone has. Literally Every Tweak has, even though he hasn't been placing as well. Tweak is crazy. Meister, like all these players have gotten way, way better. But I had to choose 5 that I think improved the most. And if you agree, disagree, let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to sub, all that yada yada. If y'all have ideas for videos you want to see, just really anything I'm down to do. Just enjoying making content right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe. I think the bell is important. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.